Well, what do we have here? Remember me? Of course I remember you. Journalist meets actor Tony in bar and crowds. Can I ask what you're doing here? Mr. Missum was poisoned and his daughters. Oh yes, I know. Oh, how I know, yes. It's caused me no end of grief, to be honest. Journalist wishes he tracked down case just a little quicker, end quotes. Were you on the trail of this case the whole time? That Gamoi was a good friend. Zach said something to that effect back at the Roast Bowl Club. What a character. What a man. If a little, no, a lot, no, extremely rough around the edges. Think I could ask you a few questions? Oh, you serious? I mean, I'm used to the interviewer, not the interviewee. Journalists ask questions now, all the way around, and crowds. Fine, soon, I don't care. People have been asking me all sorts of things lately. It was tragic what happened to Misham and his daughter. Perjury is a serious crime, and they paid the price. You know what really did them in though, don't you? Yes, a Ford's diary page. The night I interviewed him, I found out something about Mr. Misham I hadn't known. What's that? No, he always felt like he was being watched. Every day, for 7 years. Walls have ears, potatoes have eyes. And quote. Being watched? You mean he felt guilty? No, I'm not talking about feelings here. You know, I felt watched too. The whole time I've been on this case, no less. Journalistic gets a tingling sensation on the back of neck, freaks out, and grows. Because you felt guilty? Why would I feel guilty? You felt like you were being watched, huh? I wonder what it all means. Did Missum feel like he was being watched? And you along with him? You sure it wasn't just nerves? No, it's nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nose a long time ago. But I felt it too. Journalists saw he is being watched and grows. Don't you wonder why Zach Gamoi got wormed out after 7 years? After coming into contact with me, he completely vanishes from that courtroom. And for 7 years he talks to no one, not to so. Yeah, just as the remaining time was almost up. He contacts me in order to have this made. And then he dies. To put the pieces together, Ari. And you were being watched this whole time? Maybe not just me, maybe you were too. Me? I meant Zach through that case, actually. You mean the shooting of Magnified Gamma? No, before that, it's not widely known. You mean the accident during the cook door shooting practice? My, you're well informed. You should have seen me back then. I dug up quite the scoop. I wanted it all. Money, fame, women, a little puppy. All for me. I was younger then, and my days and nights smelled of fresher mint than they do now. Violent Gamma, I did mention one particular nosy reporter. In fact, I was on close speak to Magnified Gamma at the time. I knew his daughter too, of course. Felissa, was it? Really? That Felissa disappeared quite suddenly at that. And Magnify wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah, my evil habit got the better of me. Journalistic catches the scent of a scoop, goes on feeding frenzy, and That's quote. I set up a one-on-one interview with Felicia's husband, see? Zach Gamawai. Something strange was in this air with that trip grammar in those days. The whole screwy mental controlling disciples scene started by then, I'm guessing. Felissa, she was part of it all, right? Come on, you can tell me off the record. Sorry, I don't know. Anyway, I kept prying and eventually became friends with Zach. So, he pressed me once or twice. Or 5 times. But over time, he came to see me as his confidant. He's been waiting this whole time. 7 years, waiting. For his big comeback, of course. A big revival of the magnified miracle. Because it was all a dream. Because of this. Performance rights. In the absence of any official documents, he was golden. He said the old man didn't give his rights to both Zach and Valent. So Valent waited until Zach died, legally at least. But then finally comes, and Valent's like a kid on Christmas morning. He's getting ready for his show at the Cinemas Coliseum, you know. If that document sees the legal light of day, it's got to put a bit of a damper on the big show. He's a sorry one, that Valent's camera eye. Lost out to his partner at work, and in love too. Love? It's the same old story, really. 2 disciples and the mentor's only daughter. But has 3 sides and all of them pointy. A love triangle. It is pretty classic. When you're in a performing troupe, that's your word. It's like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue, and backstabbing. And in the middle of all this, Felissa had Trucy. And then she dies. I need to find out more about this Felissa. Mr. Bushel, do you know this person? Do I know that person? Of course. I was friends with Zach after all. He hit me a few times. 5 times, actually. But still, I never forget his wife. Felissa Gamurai. Verify Gamurai's only daughter. Do you think you could tell me more about her? Well, why the heck not? Felissa married Zach and had Trucy. See, it was his second marriage, actually. Means he was divorced? I haven't heard this one before. That's correct. Her late husband was a performer, too. Apparently, he died during some gig. Tragically, they had only been married 1 year. I didn't know. But she was a beauty. I still carry a portrait photo of her around, you know. I've known Trucy since she was a little thing, too. She got the better deal, really. She's got you for family, after all. What do you mean? Just reminiscing, you know. Felissa has another child besides Trucy, and quote. What? But Trucy said she was an only child. Yes, this one she had with her previous husband. Oh, previous husband? Her first husband who died during a performance? Yeah, they had themselves a kid. Another orphan now. That's another one who slipped through the cracks. No idea where they are now. Unless they had another child? You think I could borrow that photo? Sir, I can be generous on occasion, you know. I don't need this locket anymore. I'll return to Trilogy before I forget. People and events all get tangled together and get bigger and bigger. Don't you think? I was too busy wondering about bigger to listen to what you were saying. Sometimes you just gotta accept that you won't be able to untangle it all, I think. Maybe so, but still, I have to do what I can. And I have to tell what I find to those who come next. Next, you say? I'm not the one who will close the curtains on this little play. Apparently that's not my role anymore. Magnify. I was just wondering what Magnify would think of all this. What do you mean? Haven't you seen it in Trilogy? He's got his power. You mean how I can't lie to Trilogy? It was the same with Magnify. And with his daughter, Alyssa. It's a strange thing. You think it's some grandma gene? Magnify told me once, back when Zack married Alyssa. He said Zack had good eyes. But not good like a Gamera's eyes. Not that good. I wonder if Zack ever played a game of poker with his wife. Who knows what the grandma's secret was? Maybe nobody, now that Zack's gone. Zack Gamerai. The plot had finally begun to reveal itself. It spread up from a warp in the grandma's fabric and grew swallowing everything, wrapping itself around the grandma's power. Power was passed from magnified grandma to Alyssa to the next generation. I would once again need to meet the one who puts it all together. I have to know more about this power of Trilogy's. It's actually can see right into people's minds. The first time I saw her do it, it blew mine. After you have done having your mind blown, you took her to play cards with me. And I gotta use the resources at hand, I always say. And I myself have no such power. But Trilogy does. Why is that? Maybe Trilogy got her power from her mother. Alyssa Gamerai? I will not speak of that. Alyssa's officially missing, correct? I think I know why you don't want to talk about her. Take that! The three of you were a team once. Not that the entire country doesn't already know this. At your peak, you were the biggest stars around. Yet, there's another story behind the fame. One that not many know. Alyssa lost her life during a rehearsal. To you and Valiant Gamerai's bullets. It was an accident. It wasn't me. How could I shoot my dear Alyssa? I'm sure Valiant would say the same thing. Why, it's just like another murder I might mention. Damn you. Her eyes. I loved Alyssa's eyes. To think they could read my mind was frightening. Yet there was a warmth in them that felt like an embrace. She's dead, and Magnified Gamerai has joined her. So the only one with her powers left now is Trilogy? Mr. Zack, I do not know. I don't need any power to see through that one, buddy. So there's someone else. Someone other than Trucy. Someone who inherited Calissa's power. How would I know? Chances are slim. It'll take a miracle to learn the truth. Or maybe one has already acquired. There is someone else with the power, and I know who. Take that! This boy. His name is... I forget. Something weird. Who could he be? An attorney? Attorney? I know someone I went to visit a friend's law office. So, what are we to make of this, oh great ex-attorney? There's so many pictures of strange boys all you like. But you could at least say something like, I'm this boy. I could use a laugh. Perhaps you wouldn't laugh if you knew the facts. This might not be 100% proof, but it's close. There's a link between this boy and Felissa. Actually, it's more of a ring. A ring? Perhaps this will refresh your memory. Just happen to have evidence showing this missing link. Take that! Actually, I know something. The marriage with Felissa was her second. How did you know this? Her first husband, he died a year after they were wed, yes? He was a performer. It meant when he joined us Gamma-wise as a guest in our show. After Felissa wed him, she left the troupe for a while. Did you say she had a child then? I have a photograph of her here. I couldn't help notice what she was wearing when I first saw this. Those bracelets stand out. They are a Grandboy family heirloom. This boy wears a bracelet just like the ones in this picture. What? So, that's why. Why what, Mr. Zach? I took this photograph of Felissa before she left us. When she returned, she wore only one bracelet. But I know where the other one went. She gave it to this boy. Her son. This strange power, I myself do not know from where it comes. Yet the fact is that it is passed down the glamorized line. It runs in their veins. What is it? I asked her, Felissa once. This is what she told me. Our response to tension in others. Tension? She was to face a person and they became tense. Even slightly. And she would know, no matter how hard they tried to hide from her. So, she could see it. Not quite. This is the strangest part of all. She wouldn't realize that she was subconsciously detecting this tension. Without the use of a particular object, or in her case, objects. Objects? Wait, were they something she wore? Yes, bracelets. I'd admit, the first time I saw one of those, I felt there was more to it than just fashion. What kind of power could the bracelet have? I have made a decision. I will tell you all I know. Consider it a gift. Well, I hardly need you to tell me at this point, but those two, brother and sister, yes. And the brother too has this power of theirs. So too, she has an older brother. I wonder what will come of that. Mr. Wyatt, tonight, after our game is done, I will return to a life of hiding. I will not see her live her life without knowing. Understand? I'll tell the two of them when the time is right. I am in your debt once again. No kidding. What I want to know is how all this got to be so messed up. Those bracelets are made of a special alloy. It's said to expand and shrink very slightly in response to body warmth. So the temperature is sensitive or something. Yes. This is how they can shrink to the exact size of their rose wrist. How they can shrink to the exact size of their wearer's wrist. And this is has something to do with the power. But if I told you, the Gremwide power reacts to tension in others. When a Gremwide senses tension, they too become tense. And this tension translates into minute contractions of the muscles. So minutes they cannot sense it on their own. The muscles. So that's what the bracelets are for. Bracelet on, you can sense its contradictions, because the bracelet is always a perfect fit. So when the person they're watching gets tense, the bracelet feels tighter on their wrist. Precisely. That alone doesn't really count as mind reading. I believe I understand how the process works from there. It's a simple question of eyesight. Eyesight? I guess that sounds simple enough. Never heard of kinetic vision. Something about the ability to see moving objects with full clarity, right? I've heard of it before. They say athletes can see a moving ball like it will stop if they focus. But it's not confined to sports alone. It all relies on the ability to focus. When we focus, we can see many things. The faintest twitch of the face and the meaning that lies behind it. Therein lies one of the secrets of magic. One must know the mind of a crowd before one may distract it. So, basically what you're saying is, the Gremwise can see really well. For them, seeing is more than believing. It is knowing. Their power relies on eyesight combined with exceptional focus. Angel sounds to come into focus for me, too. Of course, it is difficult to maintain such levels of focus for any length of time. But what if someone can tell you when to focus? Or something. Precisely. Wait, Trilogy doesn't have any bracelets. We're talking about poker, yes? The timing of when to focus is so elementary, she probably does it without thinking. I doubt Trilogy herself has realized this. That is all I know of things Gremwide. Thank you, Mr. Zack. If this boy's bracelet is the real thing, then he will use it before long. Thereby awakening this power. I'll keep that in mind. Well, shall we play a game? I've said so much. Let me say one more thing. I will tell you of that night. That night? The night of my mentor magnified Gremwide passed from this world to the next. There were 2 pistols and 2 letters sent. This was Magnify's test. A test? And as last year's magnified Gremwide worked us to the bone. No, to the pain. But that night, I could not shoot him. So I shot the clown's forehead instead. This, it seems, was the correct answer. Take this and give my art to you, Zack. What? It is thanks for playing along with my show. You shot well tonight, Zack. Though I would not have minded dying by your hand. How could I shoot you? You're my mentor. Ah, I thought you might say that. If I went home without shooting anything, what would you have done then? And of course, I would have given Valent his chance. If I had struck you in the forehead instead, then it would be over. If you or Valent were to shoot me in the head, I, to the darkness would go, and my heart with me. Fitting end, don't you think? This ending too gives me no cause for regret. I thank you, Zach. And I'm sorry I have done much that was wrong in my day. It seems to me that Magnify wanted you to be a success all along. That's why the time he gave you was earlier than Valent's. Perhaps, but it is not something we will ever know for sure now. I wonder, what is Valent up to these days? Waiting for you to die. If 7 years pass like this, the performance rights go to him. Ah, and now here I am, and his dream is ended. It's worse than that, actually. Public opinion's a fickle thing, you know. What? You don't mean to tell me you put the blame for Elemental's death on him? The trial ended when you vanished, Mr. Zack. There were even rumors that Valent had helped you pull it off. But that's madness. It seems that before I can once again disappear from this room, I have one more act to perform. Isn't it odd that starting out my life should prove so complicated, even though I'm dead? That night, Zack Gamaway was killed. He died as Shadi Smith, a mysterious traveler with a secret past. But he left one thing behind before he parted. This. His confession, to use as I saw fit. Of course, he'd killed no one. This was his way of tying up loose ends with his old partner, Valent Grammari. Well, this is a blast from the distant past. Have mercy, Mr. Valent. 7 years has it been? Frankly, I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Actually, I came because there's something I want to ask you. I've nothing more to say. I've spoken to a lot of people myself. Come to some conclusions. Then I realized I need to hear it from you. I've lived a different world these past 7 years. Because you couldn't perform Magnify's repertoire. Do not be deceived. Valent's skill is the real deal. I do not require my mentor's hand-me-downs. No, it was my partner who slowed me on my way. Zack Gamaway? His rather well-performed disappearing act 7 years ago was the end. Or so I thought. Zack Gamaway murdered our mentor and fled to escape punishment for his crime? You said something to that effect 7 years ago, didn't you? I remember it as a tour only yesterday. Yet, that was not the way of it in the end. For a while, he vanished. The suspicion upon my own person never did. His partner Zack vanished to protect him. That's what those thieving magpies of a press said. I had no idea. Yet the very same press comes at me now, feigning interest. They cover the greatest magic show in history as it were vaudevillian destruction. And here must I stand smiling at them all. What am I? Not a player in some fiendish farce. Might I suggest it's because you never made it clear what happened? Magnify's death is still a mystery to this day. Which is I came here to get the answer from you. I knew I'd be seeing these sooner or later. The audience has no business stepping upon the stage. They must be content to sit and stare at the spotlight. It sounded an awful lot like something I heard 7 years ago. Ask what you will. You'll get nothing from me. I'm as much a part of this affair as you are now. I have to know what happened. For 7 long years I have endured. Now finally the curtain lifts on my new golden age. All the miracle of our trip within my grasp. So let's do this, Valance. Right now I need answers. I think I'll start by dropping a bomb. That should shake things up. Valance, I wouldn't be so sure about those miracles. Not as long as I have this. Take that! And what might that be? I see it bears the Gramoise seal. I should have brought this to your attention sooner. But I didn't imagine you'd be playing your comeback quite so fast. What is this? A document showing the true recipient of the performance rights that magnifies miracles. What? Zach Gamurai? He wrote this? What? He passed everything to his daughter? Juicy Enigma. Actually, she's officially my daughter these days. Preposterous. Zach is gone. Vanished into the void. This is the genuine article. Zach was alive when he wrote this. Both myself and the military king testified to this. Ah! Why does fate toy with me so? Why must my life be lived enthralled to the deed? I'm not the only one with that problem. But he shot magnified. Yes. Zach, it was! And then he left, and my career as a magician fell into darkness. Do you think there might be some way out of it? Say, if you could prove Zach and my shot magnify? Was that why you testified? Yes, my way out. It should have been my way out. Well, it might not be too late, Mr. Valance. All you need is a way to prove your case. Who would have killed Magnified Gamurai? I believe I have the answer to your prayers right here. Zach Gamurai wrote one more thing before passing on. But this is a confession, in which he admits to the killing of Magnified Gamurai. See? All according to your plan. I am a magician by trade. Deception is my life's work. I, for the audience, give them a fleeting dream. Yet, it seems the tables have turned. I am the audience, believing in the deceptions I have wrought upon myself. Zach wrote this right in front of me. After I explained your situation to him. This confession is nothing but flaws. Yes, it's my opinion that Zach Gamurai killed no one. You must be thinking the truth is a simple matter of elimination. She received instructions to kill, but if one is incorrect, then the one who remains is guilty. That would be the logical conclusion, yes. So he vanished to protect me. His partner. A stirring tale, it is true. Did you shoot Magnified Gamurai in the forehead? If I had and I told you, what would you do? Once the police puts in? Do as you will. There's nothing left for me now. true, after all. I have little talent. I needed my mentor Magnify's repertoire. It was as if a little demon grabbed a hold of me. I knew it. So Valiant Grandma did kill the great Magnify. So sorry, Mr. White. It was not I who shot my mentor. What? But if it wasn't you, who was it? There wasn't another disciple, was there? Another disciple, such as, I don't know, Knack and Talent Grammari, maybe? This couldn't be further from the truth. Only Zack and Valen received those threatening letters. But there was another. One more person could have fired that pistol that night. I suppose you figured it out by now. It wasn't Zack or Valen who shot Magnify. It had to be the only other person at that scene, which means... Wait, you don't mean... Yes, the great Magnify Gamma himself. So Magnify Gamma committed suicide? You find it hard to believe? To be honest, I hadn't even imagined it as a possibility. I realized that the old man was still alive. Appeared to be asleep. I did not shoot him. When I turned and made to leave the room, the old man called out to me. So you spoke with Magnify Gamma? Yes. This is what I know he had done. Magnify transferred the red switch over to my partner, Zack Gamma. Not me. I see. Then I guess I owe you an apology. I always thought you were the one who did it. You owe me no apology. Huh? My crime was, in a way, more serious than that of murder. What? Your crime? Is that Grandma confessing something to me? It could be more serious than murder. I knew that 2 letters had been sent. No secrets between partners. It was easy to find out. It was when I understood Magnify's plan. He wanted to die by one of your hands. Little did I expect it had anything to do with the whites to his repertoire. That was when I heard it. The little demon whispering inside my heart. The demon. Let me confess, I had intended to shoot Magnify. And I planned on framing my partner for the crime. What? Prepared something before going to Magnify's hospital room, which was IV fluid, of course. I've seen it on an earlier visit. If Zack did not shoot, I would do the deed. Then I would use the IV liquid to place the murder on his hands. That was my plan. But you didn't shoot him. I could not. The demon in my heart fled when the moment came. But then Magnify called me back. Sorry, Violet. I'm giving my magic to Zack, not you. Select a draw he has. Please, help him if you can. I left the room, and then I stopped. The shock of what I had just been told consumed me. And when I heard that fateful gunshot, my grandma killing himself, and the demon awoke anew within me. Zack killed him. He was the one. Frame him. The magic would be yours. I altered the scene of his suicide. Took the pistol from his hand and wiped off the prints. And I used the syringe to add the IV liquid I bought. So in the end, things happened pretty much as planned. And if I died, you framed Zack for his murder. Of course, the outcome was somewhat different than I had anticipated. Well, what do you think? Do you believe my story? Can't be believed, truly. That was 7 years ago. I don't know what to believe, but yes. I'm glad I heard it from you, Mr. Valent. Thank you. It is I who should be thanking you, Mr. White. Only when I had lost everything could I make my decision. You're going to turn yourself in? My partner may have vanished, but not so my guilt. And as my guilt stays, all else begins to leave me. My friends, my performance rights, my magic. I've had enough of vanishing acts. I understand. My life was moved by a dead man. I find I was wrong. Zach Gamroy was alive. Well, not anymore. And now it occurs to me that he was not the only one who survived. What do you mean? You see, now that I think about it, I realize that we never saw proof of her demise. We never saw her body. Huh? The mind races and the mouth claps on. My apologies. Forget this matter. I can only hope that the day will come when I again meet my partner, Zach Gramerai. Then, I shall apologize for my terrible mistake. Glad we had this chance to talk. Thank you. Zach Gramerai. Shadi Smith, whichever name you prefer, he is no longer with us. The truth revealed in that trial was only a silver, and the impenetrable darkness that remained has taken another life. I knew what I'd had to do to push back the darkness for good. It would involve paying that man a visit. Sorry, sir. Prisoner Christoph Gavin is currently occupied. I see. You know when he'll be finished? Well... Could you go find out? Certainly, sir. Please wait here a moment. My apologies to the guard. There's something I need to see. There it is. The yellow envelope. And the sender is Drew Misham. I was right. When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Bishop was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he couldn't seal the envelope. There's a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the crime scene. The last note that Drew Misham wrote. There's something I need to do. Best thing I need to do, in fact. Here goes. See if this really finds anything. So this was Drew Misham's messenger of death. It was the stamp, alright, no mistaking it. And his last letter was to Christoph Gavin. Gotcha. Decisive evidence. What's this? A burglar in jail? Gavin. I didn't know you lighted and lost any light. Gavin. There's something I have to ask you. Can I steal your stuff? The answer is no. My apologies, but there's not much I care to discuss. The old Miss Sam hasn't received her verdict yet. You follow me, Gavin? Still a no known survivors of intercontinental poisoning. But it never hurts to hope. Okay, I believe it now then. Right. Right. Yeah, Gavin? Would you mind leaving that letter? It's private. Oh, sorry. Forgot I had it. Many thanks. We've now seen all the clues in this case. Clues I gathered over 7 long years. Now, it is time. Every story has an ending. We come to the final chapter. The final trial. Find the truth. You're the only ones who can.